Good morning. I hope you're doing well. I just want to start off this video by saying I promise that someday soon I will put on makeup and wear something besides a t-shirt and yoga pants. I'm getting as tired of it as you are. But you know what? I just want to power forward and get things done with the house, get things done with the yard, so I can relax and just start living life here in South Carolina. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm so glad you stopped by. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. If you're just now joining me, I recently moved from the West Coast to South Carolina. It was a long drive with my cat and my dog in the car with me. And I'm setting up a new home in South Carolina, Aiken to be exact. It's a small little town in the southern portion of the state, kind of in the middle. It's gorgeous here and I'm having so much fun. It's been a very, very busy 3 weeks. And you know what, you guys? I'm actually getting a lot done. It is a lot more put together than I would have guessed for just 3 weeks. I think it's been about 3 weeks. I think that's it. And things are starting to come together. You know, I was talking to my girlfriend Jen this morning. She lives here in Aiken. She's a Reiki master. I love Jen. We just have so much fun talking. And I said to her, you know, instead of doing one project at a time, I seem to do 50 projects a little bit every day. So things kind of all come up together. And that's just how my mind works. There are a lot of people that like to do one project at a time. I kind of do a little bit. So everything is coming together. I actually have a few areas of the house right now that look pretty good. I don't think they're ready for me to show them to you yet, but it's getting really close. The next areas I'm going to be working on are today, I'm going to start in on my filming studio, putting that all together. I think I have everything I need as far as the rug pad, the furniture. I just need, of course, put it all together. I've become a professional furniture put together assembly person, I guess. So I'm going to work on that today. I've actually already been to the farmers market and to Samaria Farms, and I'll show you what my haul is in just a little bit. You know, it's interesting. I hardly go to the grocery store anymore. I get just a few things there, but not much. I've been getting my vegetables and fruit from the farmers market. I get my dairy from Samaria Farms. I get grass-fed, grass-finished meat sent to me. I don't buy any of the meat in the grocery store. I just don't trust what they put into it. So everything in my freezer is grass-fed, grass-finished. And then the only thing I'm really getting from the grocery store right now are, you know, personal care items, paper towels, that sort of thing. I do get a few canned goods because I use some beans in my salads and stuff, but that's about it. In addition to putting my studio together, I'm really excited about that because I can start doing makeup and skincare videos again. That'll be fun because clearly I need some makeup and skincare. So in addition to my studio, I have a project, a DIY project. I picked up a table, a glass top table. It's really cool. I'll show it to you guys, the before, and I'm going to refinish the base of that. I need to prime it and paint it. So that's another project. In addition, oh gosh, my order from Thrive Market came in. I'll show you what I ordered from Thrive Market. I love Thrive Market. This is not sponsored by Thrive Market. They have no idea who I am, but gosh, I certainly know who they are. I just love Thrive Market. If you don't know about them, check them out. They're really, really good. They have a great selection of food products at really good prices. I order from Thrive a lot. Okay, I have to tell you what else I did this morning. I dropped little Lucy Lou. I have a 7-month-old golden doodle puppy, and I dropped her off at the groomers this morning. She's been groomed a couple of times before, and I'll tell you what, and you puppy owners will understand this. When I dropped her off, I felt like a teenager whose parents were gone for the weekend and I had the house all to myself. It was just like amazing. I can do anything. I can stay gone for more than a couple of hours. I don't have to put my shoes away in the house. It's so funny. You know, the things that you end up doing when you have a puppy. Of course, I love her. It's worth all of it. But I'll tell you what, having a few hours not having to worry about that puppy mentality is kind of fun. If you're new here and you haven't signed up for my email list, you need to do that because it's really fun. Every Sunday morning, I send out a newsletter, an email newsletter, and it lists all the things that I found during the week that I think are great buys, that I'm using and loving, just little tidbits that I would share with a girlfriend because I consider you guys my girlfriends. Anyway, it's super easy to sign up. Just click the link in the description box down below. It's super free, it's super fun, it's super easy. I think you're gonna love it. Right now, I'm going to show you my haul from the farmer's market, and then I'm going to hop in to getting my studio all put together in the new house. So this morning I went to the local Aiken farmers market. Right now they're running Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings. If you live in the area, the Tuesday, Thursday markets are really small. There's generally only 3, maybe 4 vendors. Saturday, it's really busy. But I do end up going on Tuesdays and Thursdays because there's a few things there that aren't there on Saturdays, and it's only a 10-minute walk from my house. Little Lucy Lou and I just end up walking down there. I grab her and my backpack and we go down there and I pick up whatever it is I want. Today from the local Aiken Farmers Market, I got 2 of these bags of blueberries. These are so delicious. I've been having these with overnight oats, a little bit of yogurt, and some chopped walnuts and the blueberries. So very yummy. And I also got some starts today from this one gentleman who has them. This is dill, back here is sage, and this is mint. I'm going to go ahead and put those in my green stock planters. It might be a little too hot for the sage right now and maybe for all of it, but I'm going to go ahead and give them a whirl. They weren't very expensive. I'm going to try to keep them sort of in the shade so they're getting dappled sunlight and dappled shade. Hopefully they'll work out. So after the Aiken Farmers Market, I went on over to Samaria Farms, which is one of my favorite places in town, and I got my raw milk. This raw milk is so incredible. If you've never had raw milk, it's really a treat. It tastes like cream. It is so rich and so flavorful. So I use this at night for my sleepy time drink. I take Pure Sleep by Cliff High. I'll go ahead and link it down below if you have a hard time sleeping. I love that stuff. Not only does it really help me sleep, but when I wake up in the morning, I feel so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So my Pure Sleep in this raw milk has really been a great combination for me, lasting in the evening before I go to bed. Another thing I picked up from Samaria Farms that I'm really kind of excited about is this sausage quiche. Now this quiche is made from his sausage, so no antibiotics, none of the bad stuff that ends up in the meat that we see in the store. So this is all really clean food with his eggs and cheese and that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to this. It's totally cooked. I just have to warm it up. I'll probably just thaw it and eat it at room temperature with a little salad. Then I also got some potatoes and some fresh eggs from Sam's Farm. I really love the fresh eggs. I used to raise chickens and I had fresh eggs all the time. If you have not had fresh eggs, like pasture raised eggs, it's a completely different thing. They taste so different. The yolks are just so yellow and plumped up. They're just a completely different version of what we end up getting in the grocery store. And then the last thing I picked up from Samaria Farms is I got 3 bars of the goat milk soap. He makes goat milk soap out there. And what's really fun is when you drive up to Samaria Farms, you drive past his pasture. So you see the goats and the cows and the whole thing out there eating the beautiful green grass. It's just a lovely experience. So I got these 3 bars of goat milk soap to send to my daughter, Heather. Don't tell her. It's a surprise. The main project on the agenda today is getting my filming studio all put together. It's a super tiny room, so there's not a lot of furniture that's going to fit in here. I do have a rug and a rug pad, and I do have a chair that I'm going to sit in when I do my videos. And I have a little desk I need to put together, and then over here in the corner where that little cordless vac is standing is where the shelving is going to go for all my makeup products and that sort of thing. By the way, that little cordless vacuum cleaner back there in the corner, that thing is awesome. And you know, I don't think I'm going to buy a regular full-size vacuum cleaner because this house is so small and that's been doing a great job. I'll go ahead and have that listed down in the info box down below if you're looking for a good little handy vac that you can just grab and really clean some stuff up off the floor. I've been really happy with it. So project today is filming studio, getting it all together. I got a new filming table for this house. The last filming table I had was counter height, and I had a counter height chair. I've decided I want to move more down to a desk height. I think it might be easier to work with, so that's what I have here. Let me tell you, I am so not ready or looking forward to putting this together, but that's my options. There's no one else here, so I'm going to be taking care of this. Wish me luck. I've learned a few things about putting together furniture in the last couple weeks. First of all, taking everything out of the box is really important. I used to just pull one thing out at a time. Now I take everything out of the box and I try to lay it separately, like one not on top of the other, because it always turns out that the one that's on the bottom is the next one I need. So I try to lay everything out on the ground separately. In addition, all these parts that come in these little bags, I put them in this little basket along with my scissors, my cutting knife, and my screwdriver. It just makes everything really, really handy, and that way I can find all the different parts super easily. And usually they come with instructions. These are the instructions for this one. I don't know if you can see, but it's all torn up. So I'm gonna have to do this very, very carefully. It's been a few days. There was a meltdown. I did take some time off. So the last time we were together, I was working on my filming studio. And it was my goal that day to get it completely done because I had all the parts and pieces and the pieces of furniture and that sort of thing. Well, I put the desk together. You guys saw that. I put up my new ring light that I'm going to use to film. And then I went to put together the shelving unit that I had ordered off of Amazon that's going to house my makeup and all my skincare and that sort of thing. Well, it turns out that they sent me the wrong shelving unit. And the unit that they sent me was super, super heavy. I mean, I can lift my kayak. It's 55, 60 pounds. I could barely lift this. So that's how heavy it was. And I don't know why I didn't realize that something was wrong before this, but it was probably just because there's so many boxes and I was so busy that it just didn't sink in. Well, I really couldn't finish the studio. And what was going on behind the scenes is that that morning I had woken up with a little summer cold. I still sort of have it. No big deal. A little bit congested, tiny scratchy throat, no big deal. In addition, from shoveling all the compost, it kicked up this little sciatica issue that I've had for decades. And it was making it really hard to move sometimes, like getting up from a chair or sitting down in a chair. Anyway, it's no big deal. It goes away. It just gets a little inflamed. And then, once that inflammation goes down, I'm fine. But I was dealing with all of that, plus the fact that, clearly I've been doing a lot the last several weeks, probably a couple of months now. So I couldn't finish my studio, but I wanted to be productive. So I was thinking, what could I do? Then I realized, oh, I should go out and water the ferns. I have put up ferns on existing hooks underneath the eaves on the house, and they're high. They look really pretty, but I hadn't been able to water them because even though I bought one of those long wands from Home Depot, the hose that I had ordered off of Amazon is lost somewhere in the supply chain abyss. So I didn't have a hose to hook the wand on so that I could reach the ferns to water them. They need water. It's really hot right now. So I thought I'll get a step stool and a big jug of water, and that's how I'll water the ferns. I'll get up on that step stool and, use the jug of water to water the ferns. Well, where the ferns are directly over planter beds, which are dirt. And now they have a little bit of really nice compost on top of them, so the footing is very uneven. I'm out here with this step stool. It's a 3-step step stool, and I'm thinking, I really want to make sure this is firmly planted so I don't fall off the step stool. I'm being cautious, right? So I'm kind of wiggling the step stool down in the dirt to kind of get a purchase and to figure out where the high spots and the low spots are. Well, I slammed the step stool down right on my toe, and I was wearing flip-flops. There was swearing, I'll tell you what. So anywho, I proceeded to go into the house, have a little bit of a meltdown, probably a 25-30-minute pity party on the couch, a few tears, and I made the decision that I just need to take some time off. So that's what I did. It's a few days later, I'm back. I'm well rested. I actually put on a little bit of makeup this morning and did my hair, which is long overdue. Bless your hearts for not mentioning how scaggly I've been looking in the videos lately, but I've just been working so hard around the house. I'm going to be getting back to getting busy today, and I've got lots of fun projects planned. I found a really cool table at a local, one of those little antique malls where there's different vendors in every little space. I found a really cool table that I want to paint the base of. It has a beautiful glass top. I'll show you that in a little bit. Plus, remember how I mentioned that my experience with Wayfair and Overstock has across the board not been that great? Well, that's continuing, and I'm going to show you some winners and some losers from my online ordering in the furniture department. I have my order from Thrive Market. I still haven't opened it up because I want to do it together. I love Thrive Market. And I have a whole bunch of other things I'll be doing in the next couple of days, and I hope you'll come along with me. This is the table I was talking to you about that I picked up at the antique mall. Isn't it beautiful? I just really loved it. I'm going to be using this in the living room, but what I want to do is I want to paint that base. The dark wood could fit, but it's not the best choice, so I picked up a really beautiful color of Behr paint. I think it's called Shiitake Mushroom, which looks kind of like a combination between gray and taupe. It's so very pretty. The reason I loved this table is the airiness of it. I thought that base was beautiful, and this beveled glass top is really gorgeous. The top alone probably weighs 25-30 pounds. It's really a quality piece of glass. So I'm going to be priming the wood base and painting that hopefully a little later today. Remember the entryway bookshelf that I showed you, I think, a couple of videos ago? I do have it mostly styled, and I'm really, really happy with how it came out. The piece itself, I'm pretty sure is from Wayfair. I'll have it listed down below. And even though it wasn't very expensive, and of course I had to put it together, it really does look nice here. You would never guess that it was a really inexpensive piece of furniture. And what I've done is just styled it with some plants and a few baskets and a few decorative elements. Of course, there's a lamp up there. I actually brought the base of that lamp from my old place and picked up that lampshade from Lowe's, and I'm really happy with how that looks. There are a couple of open spaces on the bookshelf, and I will fill those up over time when I find something that's meaningful or has some sentimental value or some type of special significance. I don't really like to fill up my home with just strictly decor items. I like them to mean a little bit of something. So these might be filled up over time, down the road when I find something just perfect that also has a wonderful memory attached. I had mentioned in an earlier video that my experience with Wayfair and Overstock really across the board probably has not been that good. It seems that everything I get from them, I'm like, a little bit disappointed in. Every now and then something really good comes across, which I think that entry bookcase is one of them. The next piece I'm going to show you is something that I just was so disappointed in, which is surprising to me because I had looked online a lot for this particular item. And this one had, oh my gosh, I think 200 or 300 rave reviews. So I was pretty confident that it was going to be a good piece. Well, it just is not going to work for me. Or the recent fail is this chair. I know that you can't really tell, but it's tiny. In other words, it's like 70% of the size that I would have thought it was. It just does not work at all. In addition, the quality is really low. I mean, I clearly don't expect much from an online shopping site, particularly for furniture where you have to kind of put it together. But this just really is not worth it at all. Plus the fact that it is so very tiny. And you can see down here on the bottom, the upholstery is not pulled tight. There's wrinkles in it. It just is a big fat disappointment, which is frustrating because this particular area in my living room is one of the last areas that I need to find a piece for. I've decided that I want to find something locally, probably at a thrift store or an antique store, that is really cool and really unique, that perhaps I'll need to refinish or paint or something, but I think it's going to be a much better choice than trying to find something online. Now I want to show you the piece I am over the moon about. I am so thrilled with this, and it is so much better than I thought. It's just one of the coolest things that I've come across in this whole project. It's this stainless steel work table. I'll tell you what, you guys, I was looking and looking and looking for a stainless steel work table that was going to be sturdy enough for home use, but wasn't super expensive, that looked nice, that got good reviews, that was affordable. Oh, and I finally found this. I just put it together last night. It is so much nicer than I ever hoped or ever anticipated. And you know where I found it? On Amazon. It was originally suggested to me that I check out Costco to find a stainless steel prep table for the kitchen. Well, I looked up on Costco and there is this table on Costco, but unfortunately I'm not a member. I wasn't willing to sign up for a membership, and I tried to have them send it to me. I ordered it online a few times, but they kept canceling my order. So I finally just thought, what the heck, I'll go ahead and try to find it somewhere else. The company is named Trinity, or this model is named Trinity. There's some kind of Trinity in the name. Anyway, I will have it linked down below. If you are a Costco member and you're looking for a table like this, I can tell you what, this is so nice, and you'll get it for about $40 cheaper on Costco than on Amazon. I just went ahead and bought it off of Amazon. It is sturdy, it is nice and big, it has that shelf. It went together so very beautifully. I am so excited about this. I do have it right on the wood floor, but what I did is I just bought those little stick-on slider things on the bottom, so each leg is actually sitting on a little floor protectant disc. So even if I bump it or move it, it's not going to scratch the floor. So I am so excited about this. This is just one of the biggest thrills I've had all week. The wood on the base for the table does have a shiny finish on it. I didn't want to have to sand it because, oh my gosh, look at all the little nooks and crannies on this. It would have taken forever. So I did some research and I found this primer. It's Zinsser Bullseye 1, 2, 3. And I've watched several people use this on several projects with a finish that wasn't prepped or sanded, and it works beautifully. So this is what I'm going to use to prime the table. I'm probably going to do a couple of coats and then we'll go in with the paint. I finished painting the table. What I did was 2 coats of the Zinsser primer, which I sprayed on, and then I brushed on the shiitake. I believe that's by Behr. Really happy with how it turned out. Just a great find. I think I paid maybe, I don't know, what did I say earlier? Maybe $50 for this at a little antique mart. So this is going to go in the living room to the side of the couch, primarily the area, which is the area that I do a lot of my computer work on. I'm not sure if this is a late lunch or an early dinner, whatever it is. I am enjoying the sausage quiche from Samaria Farms. I just heated it up in a 200 oven for about 20 minutes, and then a fresh vegetable salad from Veggies from the farmer's market. And I chopped it all up on my new workstation, my stainless steel workstation. This thing is so wonderful. It's the next morning. Right now, I'm waiting for my sweet friend Jen. She and I are going to take a little bit of a break and go out for lunch today. I think we're going to a place called, I don't know, she chose it, and I haven't been there yet, so I'm really excited about that. This is Ashley and Carson. They're my new best friends. And Ryan is too. They are here helping me. They've been so lovely and delightful. They were here yesterday. They're here again today. I am so grateful because now I have people to help out and I don't have to schlep everything. The rug for my bedroom has arrived and oh my gosh, this is so much more beautiful than I expected. This is such a hot, great find. And you know, not everything I've ordered, well, a lot of things I've ordered have not been that great. This is incredibly beautiful. This rug is from a company called, I think it's pronounced Loloi, Loloi. And they actually do sell on Amazon. I ordered this rug because I'd heard about them from someone else, that they were a good company and a good brand. And I really looked on the Amazon site for a little while and looked at the different styles and this and that. Here's the deal. The rugs are a little bit more expensive than Wayfair or Overstock. But oh my gosh, the quality is like 10 times what they are on those other sites. This rug is so incredibly beautiful. I believe it's an 8 by 10 or almost an 8 by 10. And this particular design was on sale on Amazon. I think it was like 50% off or something. It is so much more beautiful than I ever even expected. And the tones, I don't know if it picks up as well on camera, but the tones are absolutely beautiful. And the rug itself feels very substantial. It's woven in loops. I'm not really familiar with all the different types of rugs, but it's really beautiful. I'm so thrilled. So if you're looking for rugs, I can really suggest that you go on Amazon and look up Laloy, because I've bought a lot of rugs for Overstock and Wayfair in the last few years. This is by far the most beautiful rug I've ordered. It's just stunning. I'm still deep in the love affair with my new stainless steel prep table. I'll tell you what, this is so much nicer than I would have thought, and it wasn't that expensive. You know, this stainless steel prep table, I believe it's 24 by 48, and of course the cat jumps up here. This is real life. This is the real life vlog right here. Down, sweetheart. This prep table, I believe, is 24 by 48. It's good size. It fills up the area in my kitchen so perfectly, and the quality is so much better than I ever would have dreamed. It wasn't that expensive. I think it was a couple $100. It looks like it would be a $500 or $600 prep table. That's how good it is. This table and the Laloy rug in my bedroom, I think, are my two favorite purchases so far. So anyway, let's get on to what I'm here to talk about. I was at the farmer's market and there was a gentleman there selling wood items. In other words, he does little woodworking in his garage probably. And I picked up this piece of walnut. Isn't this beautiful? I mean, look at this. It is absolutely gorgeous. It wasn't very much. I think he charged me $30 or something for it. It has a nice organic shape. The edges are finished off. It's just really beautiful. The reason that I got it is that I like to keep my cutting board out all the time. It was always on my counter at my other place that I just moved from, and I really wanted to have a statement cutting board for my stainless steel prep table, because I leave it out all the time because I'm always chopping or cutting something, or I like to use this surface for doing work stuff so that my counters and this tabletop don't get all that wear and tear. Although with this stainless steel work table, I am not going to be precious with it. In other words, as it ages and gets little marks on it and scratches and this and that, that to me is just going to enhance it and really just kind of grow with me. I like that. I like that used in look, particularly for this particular table. Anyway, I got this piece of walnut, but I wanted to treat it before I started using it because I wanted to have a nice finish on it and to repel liquids and that sort of thing that might get on it. You can treat wood like this a couple of ways. One is with food grade mineral oil, or you can use tung oil. I'll put it up right here. Now, a lot of people talk about the food grade mineral oil, but you know what? I don't want that anywhere near my kitchen. I just don't trust that kind of product anymore. I just don't. I don't trust a lot of things anymore. I think a lot of us don't. So I went with the tung oil. This is a little bit more expensive. It's readily available on Amazon. I think this bottle was $20, so it's not that much. And I'm going to treat my cutting board with a couple of coats of this tung oil. And I'm just going to put it on with a cloth. This is not damp, it's dry. And I'm going to put a coat on front and back and along the sides, all the different surfaces. I'm going to let it cure for 12 hours and then I'm going to do it again. So I think it's going to give my board a really beautiful finish and a very sustainable one. And treating it with this tung oil is going to help it age really beautifully. I haven't worked with this before, so we're going to do this together. I thought what I would do is just put it right on the cloth and then apply the cloth to the wood. I'm going to make sure that I treat the sides and the back so that the entire wood piece is protected. And you can see what a beautiful finish that's giving to the wood. It's kind of deepening it up and making it look a little bit richer. Now that I have it treated on the front side, the back side, and all the edges, I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit for 12 hours, put another coat on that, let it sit for another 12 hours, and then I'm good to start using it. Good morning. It's a few days later, I think. No, it's the next day. I've lost track of time. That's all there is to it. I have a couple funny little stories for you. Well, one's funny, one's interesting. I just got back from my morning walk with little Lucy Lou, and today was the second day in a row that I'm walking along and a car kind of slows down and pulls over, and someone gets out and says, "Kimberly." It's so fun because some of my viewers actually live in this area, and I've met a few of you because you recognize me when I'm out walking Lucy or at the farmer's market or something else. It is such a thrill for me, and I just get so tickled. So if you see me out and about, definitely say hello. I probably won't always smell the best or be all fluffed up, but I definitely would like to meet you. So I appreciate you saying hello. The other thing I want to talk about is a little anecdotal story about bugs here in the South. When I first came to visit, I came to visit for 2 weeks before I decided to move here for a year. And of course, you guys probably realize this, I take a lot of supplements. I really do focus on my immune system and taking care of my body. And when I was here for 2 weeks, I was taking my supplements regularly, which includes a vitamin B complex. Well, while I was here, I was outside a lot because I was walking 6 miles a day, and I maybe got 2 bug bites the entire time I was here during those 2 weeks. Then I showed back up to move into my place here, and I couldn't find my vitamins. I don't know where they went. I have a little vitamin case that I keep all my vitamins in, and somehow it got misplaced. I definitely had it on the journey here, but once I got here, I couldn't find it anymore. Well, what happened is that the bugs started really biting me because I wasn't taking my supplements for several days. I would go out, and I'll tell you what, the happiest creatures that I moved to South Carolina were the bugs. I was just getting it all over the place. Welts and itchy bites, and oh my gosh, I was just really being eaten alive. About a week ago, a little bit more than a week, I found my vitamins, and I started taking my vitamins again, and this includes my vitamin B complex. And the reason I am calling out my vitamin B complex is because I have heard over the years that biting bugs don't care for the smell of your skin when you're taking a vitamin B complex. Well, you know what's happened? I'm not getting bit anymore. It is so very interesting to me. That period of time where I wasn't taking my supplements, I almost dreaded going outside to take Lucy for her walk because I was just getting eaten alive, and then I would itch and it was just uncomfortable. My legs and ankles and arms felt inflamed. Now I go outside, I don't even think about it. Not that the bites are 100% non-existent. I do get bit maybe 10% of what I was when I wasn't taking my supplements. Now, the B complex that I'm taking, I don't think it's anything special. I just get it off of Amazon. I'll have it listed down below. But I did want to share with you that little anecdotal story. Clearly, it's not scientific. We don't have a double-blind study that's peer-reviewed. But we do have one person who is absolutely getting bit alive who isn't now. And I go outside without dreading it and feel comfortable, and I stay outside as long as I want. So interesting little story. I'll have the vitamin B that I'm taking listed down below. Again, I don't think it's anything special. I think it's just the fact that it's a vitamin B complex. So there you have it. A story from the trenches. So I had a bit of a tease this week. As you can imagine, it is so hot and humid here in the South that laundry is a daily thing. It truly is. And I just got my washer and dryer delivered on Monday. I was so excited because I've been hanging out in the laundromat. Not my favorite place to be, but you know what? When you don't have a washer and dryer, it's a great second option. So I was happy that there was a laundromat fairly close to me that I could use. Well, I got my stacking washer and dryer delivered, and the reason I got a stacking one is because the area that the washer and dryer hookups are in is a very small closet. And as you can see, the closet is so small that you can't even put the unit in facing forward. And this is the smallest unit they had. So I had my washer and dryer delivered. I was so excited. And I don't mind that it's sideways. There's plenty of room. I can work around it. I'm fine with it. And the stacking actually ended up being good for me because it's just me. The dog and cat don't wear clothes. I'm the only one that needs to wash their clothes around here, so my loads are really small. So this was actually a really, really good alternative for me because even when I move, it means that my washer and dryer will take up less space in a more permanent home. Well, the washer and dryer got installed, and guess what? It didn't work. Oh my gosh, I was so disappointed. Well, the electrician came out this morning, and it turns out that when they did the remodel, they didn't wire this unit area correctly to run a washer and dryer. It's supposed to be a 4-wire setup. It's a 3-wire setup or something like that. I'm making this stuff up. I'm just trying to remember what the electrician said this morning. Well, the good news is that it is fixable. He had to go up into the attic, but right now what I have is an electrical workaround. It's not up to code, but he promised me I wouldn't burn the house down using the washer and dryer. Apparently right now they're going through approvals through the property management company and the owner to get the wiring redone up to code so that the washer and dryer will function exactly like it needs to. In the meantime, I'm doing laundry. I can hardly wait. I'm finally getting around to unboxing my latest order from Thrive Market. I love Thrive Market. And you know what, you guys? This is not sponsored by Thrive Market. They have no idea who I am. But by golly, do I love them. I order a lot from Thrive Market, so I thought I'd go ahead and unbox it today and show you what some of my favorites are. One of the things I really love about Thrive Market, well, I love so much. First of all, whoever packs it signs it right here. Isn't that just so sweet? So this looks like it was packed by Jeannie. But oh my gosh, they do such a good job of packing their products. This is an olive oil that I get regularly, and they not only pack it in this material that really keeps it from breaking, but then they put it in a plastic bag on top of that. So if something does happen, it doesn't make a mess all over the rest of your order. Really, they do just such a wonderful job. That's why I keep ordering from them. I've gone ahead and unpacked my whole order, and I'll just walk you guys through what was in this order. There are a lot of my favorites here. One of my big favorites are these organic pitted medjool dates. I absolutely love these. First of all, I love dates, and these are very, very juicy. They taste very fresh. I really do enjoy them. So I've got several packages of these. Now, one thing I want to share is a lot of what I've ordered is to put away for when the food shortages kick in. And if you don't think the food shortages are coming, let me tell you what, they are doing everything possible to make sure they happen. So I have about 3 months of food in the house. I had it in my old house, which I ended up giving to my daughter. And I also am creating it in my new house, about 3 months worth of food for myself and for each pet. So Dex and Lucy both have 3 months worth of food for when, things go south on us. So you can see that I have 5 of the packages of dates. I'm going to put several of them aside for later and go ahead and just keep one open that I'll be using on a daily basis. Well, maybe not daily, but I do eat dates quite a bit. The next thing that I really do love from Thrive Market is this Tasty Bite rice. They have it in several flavors. This is the brown rice, the coconut rice, the jasmine rice. So I try to change up and get all kinds of different flavors. These will go in my back stock, and I also do use them on a weekly basis. One of my favorite meals is to heat up some of this rice, and then I'll just saute a vegetable or a selection of vegetables and put it over the rice with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. It's just delicious. And that makes a great dinner. Hi, Dex. Say hello to Dexy. He's got to be in the middle of everything. These are organic tomato soups. This is tomato basil. I've got 2 of them. So one of these will go in my use every day, and one will go in my back stock. This is really delicious, organic, just a nice, quick, lunch or light dinner. I love pine nuts, but by golly, they're so hard to find anymore, and finding organic pine nuts is really difficult. So I do use pine nuts very sparingly because gosh knows they're so expensive, but I love having them in my salads and in some sauteed vegetable dishes. So organic raw pine nuts, what I do is I just quickly roast them in a little pan so they have nice toasty flavor. Love them. Tomato basil sauce, and then I also got the Rayo's sun-dried tomato pesto. These will go in my back stock because these keep for a long time. This will also go in my back stock, organic sprouted quinoa. Quinoa is so nutrient dense that this is an important thing to have in my back stock because I know that I'm going to get a very nutritious meal when I use this. So this will get paired with some sauteed vegetables, maybe a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. I get 2 oils from Thrive Market. The Bragg is what I use for cooking. In other words, if I want to saute something or I'm going to heat it, I'll use the Bragg. When I'm doing just a salad or I'm using the oil without heating it, I use this Thrive Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil. I think the taste of the Thrive is just more subtle and rich. This is more of a cooking oil in my mind. I don't use seed oils at all in my home. They're so bad for you and they're really responsible for so much ill health. I just don't even use it, and I haven't for a long time. So everything in my house is either olive oil, coconut oil, or animal fats like butter, ghee, or lard. A couple of organic fruit spreads, apricot and strawberry. This is the Thrive Market brand. Bob's Red Mill, I really like his brand a lot. I actually buy a lot of his products. This is organic steel-cut oats. I like the steel-cut oats during the winter. It makes for a very hearty, crunchy, almost nutty tasting porridge, really delicious. I also have regular organic rolled oats. This is the Thrive Market brand. I use this for my overnight oats that I keep in the refrigerator all the time. I'll take some oats and some chia seeds, pour almond milk on top just so that it's a very thick consistency, but you can stir it. Leave it in the refrigerator overnight, and then that's what I'll have in the morning if I'm going to have something with fruit and walnuts on top of it. It's just a delicious, super easy early day meal. Some Indian Madras lentils. I'll keep this in my back stock. Maybe I'll keep one out because I love these over rice with a little bit of chutney and some chopped up cilantro on top. So delicious. Another back stock item, I usually don't eat pasta in my regular daily life, but if we're down on food supplies and I want something a little bit, I don't know, carb centric, this is a great option. So I got 4 bags of the biodynamic penne and fusilli pasta. This is 100% whole wheat and 100% organic. And the last thing I want to show you today, I just love these. These are such a cool little treat. There is sugar in them, so be aware of that. But this is organic ginger cubes. These are the little cubes of ginger, and sometimes they're just so fun to nibble on. Ginger does help if you have an upset tummy, so if you're having kind of a squidgy tummy and you want something to calm it down, a little cube of this ginger would really help out. So I've been here just about coming up on a month now. It's gone by so fast, and you know what? I am having so much fun. It really has been quite a ball to put all of this together, even with the little challenges and stuff. That just really sparks in me the attitude of, I'm going to figure this out. Even that part has been something that's really stretched my abilities, and I appreciate that. So what's coming up next? Let's see. Next on the project list, I want to get some vegetables planted in my container garden. I didn't show you all the containers I have. I showed you the 2 green stock planters in one of the videos, but I also have 10 15-gallon fabric containers that I'm going to be growing vegetables in. So I'll be planting those in the next couple of days, and I'll make sure and bring you guys along with me. As for the house, it really has come a long way. There's several rooms, well, a few. Not several, there's not several rooms in this whole house, but there are a few rooms that are almost done. I'm just waiting to find the perfect piece for a few areas in each of them. So now it's just styling, getting the little things for the countertops and to dress up the furniture, that sort of thing. So working on that, I'll make sure that I show you guys all the little details. And what I'm going to be doing is I'll be showing you some of the rooms before everything's all completely done, just to show you the different areas that I'm really liking how it's coming together, and kind of talk about where I found the things, how I decided to place them, and just that kind of fun decorating stuff. So we have lots coming up in the days and weeks to come. I hope you'll join me. I really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and lifestyle. Mostly lifestyle lately for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.